This is a typical newsroom in 2020. It's nearly empty, of course, because most people are either working at home or they're working on story locations. And in this Grass Valley newsroom, they're creating content for social media, their website, and for television, of course. I'm now standing outside the news director's office. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's having his first editorial meeting of the day. And like most business meetings these days, it's happening via one of the video conferencing platforms like Teams or Zoom.
Alex, how you going?
Damon, hello mate. Can you start the beach volleyball recording? Remember it's the final today. And can you look out, there's some live view footage that will be coming in from KK in Malaysia.
Okay, yep, dropped into record now. I might send a copy of that to Lucy as well, so just stand by.
So now I'm going to turn to the sports desk and talk to our sports reporter, Lucy here, and ask her how she's covering that beach volleyball tournament.
Okay, so I found that soundbite and I'm going to publish that now to Facebook. I'm going to use the automated workflows and that adds branding as it goes.
Perfect. Lucy opened Damon's message with the link to the volleyball recording. Then, over in ADIUS, she found a soundbite for her Facebook teaser and added a graphic strap. Lucy can send the clip to social media automatically or by checking a box like this after it's been approved. We'd set up a rule to add some custom branding on the way. So a lot's been going on in the background there. Camilla Powell is our product manager for this system. So Cam, can you just tell us a little bit more about what's actually happening?
Sure, thanks Trevor. Yep, that's really our workflow engine at work, and as you said, it's there to automate repetitive tasks, freeing up users to do more valuable things and speeding up time to air. So the workflows can do all manner of processes, things like transcoding, media management, file movement, and those workflows can be triggered by all manner of things such as a metadata change, files arriving, or user actions. And example use cases can be things like ingesting files from LiveView or publishing to social media, a whole range of use cases. To be honest, Trevor, I could talk about this for 6 minutes. Have I got any more time?
Sorry, not today, but that was great. Thank you. Cam mentioned LiveView ingest as one of the automated functions, so I contacted my friend KK over in Kuala Lumpur to learn more about it. So hi KK, lots of cameramen and producers working around the world use solutions like LiveView to send their content back to their home studios just using the internet. So how have we integrated with that?
So the integration between LiveView and GV Stratus is very good. When we send a clip over to Stratus, we not only send the video and the audio, but metadata as well. As a producer or cameraman, I can set trigger words which will result in the clip being automatically published once it's sent over. Or I can set a different trigger word to send it on to colleagues for further work. It is actually a very powerful and user-friendly feature.
We recently released the landmark ADIUS X. And I do want to take a little time to talk about some of the exciting new features it offers. And to help me do that, I've got Alex Kotoka over in Kobe, Japan to help me. So, Alex, tell us about ADIUS X.
Thanks, Trevor. We were just able to release ADIUS 10 actually today on September 15th. And it comes with many exciting new features, such as support for background rendering, support for motion tracking to have graphics and objects track upon the video. The most exciting part about ADIUS 10 is its new base ADIUS Hub architecture, which is database driven, and it'll be a base for many new exciting features to come in the future.
It's now time to show you a little bit of how we can use ADIUS for remote home working. And to help me do that, I've got our show business correspondent, Scott, who's sitting in his apartment in Oregon, and he's completing a story which he'd finished some days ago now, but he's got some new shots that have just arrived and he wants to add those into the sequence. So Scott, tell us what you're doing.
I'm working on a story of the top social media channels that would have existed before social media's time. And a gentleman found a letter from Houdini, the famous escapology artist from last century, in his basement. And we pulled some stats together and we think Houdini would actually be #1 on the list. So pulling some more stuff together from the cameraman, and we'll get that loaded into the story and back over to you.
To save time, Scott opens the finish sequence from the server in the studio. He then adds the new shots from his camera card and publishes. All the rendering is handled automatically and the piece is ready to play.
One of my heroes, Houdini. I'm obsessed with Houdini, and in fact I had a psychic...
And now it's time for the TV newscast. Alex and Damon are in the studio control room.
Okay everyone, and let's go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue and take the opener, Damon. Great, and please take the beach volleyball. That's great, and let's cue Trevor, and let's go to Trevor.
Good evening and welcome to the Grass Valley News. But we're going to stop there because you know what happens. The anchor speaks a bit, we play some clips, and the show goes on as normal. But we hope we've given you enough information to get you excited enough to ask us some more questions so we can go into it in even more detail with you later. So for now, thank you very much for your attention.